Disney parks are taking over the globe. Soon we'll see the opening of a brand new Frozen Land in Paris, 4 groundbreaking Marvel attractions, and a Walt Disney animatronic. But what if I told you this was just the beginning? Disney is expanding its parks across the globe and building brand new experiences. This is the future of Disney parks. All of them. Disneyland is the original resort, Walt Disney's very own playground of creativity, a park filled with history. But how do you preserve those memories and expand the park? Well, Disney will be focusing on expanding the second gate component there, Disney's California Adventure, completely reimagining that park for the second time. DCA will see 2 new Marvel attractions, a new Coco Adventure and a massive Avatar Land. DCA opened in 2001 as a weird postmodern experiment meant to celebrate California, but in 2012 the park was reimagined with the opening of Buena Vista Street. The red car trolley was a fundamental part of that. It added atmosphere and nostalgia for older folks. The red car trolley were a real Los Angeles monument that were unfortunately scrapped, so the red car trolley was a touch of nostalgia that made DCA special. Well, the trolleys in Disney's California Adventure have seen an unfortunate demise. The trolley bar, where the trolleys were maintained and stored, was demolished for the Avengers Campus expansion. While the trolleys only lasted for about a decade, they became an iconic part of Disney's California Adventure, and even though I never got to see them, they were closed in 2019, they formed a big part of my life. The closing of the red car trolley symbolizes a new chapter in DCA's history. Speaking of that, soon Avengers Campus will see a massive expansion with 2 rides, located behind the Avengers HQ building right next to Mission Breakout. The project includes 2 adjacent rides, a massive e-ticket attraction and a secondary one. Stark Flight Lab will be a massive flat ride utilizing the KUKA arm ride system. KUKA is famous for developing these advanced robotic arms for industries, but they also manufacture ride systems like Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey and Monsters Unchained, and my beloved Sum of All Thrills. Rest in peace, my friend. The flat ride will give guests the sensation of flying around like a superhero, but the innovation here comes from the fact that the actual gas pods are separate from the robotic arms, and they can be attached to the actual arm. Don't worry, this is perfectly safe. Most industrial-grade KUKA arms perform a similar action to switch between different tools. The fact that the pods can be loaded separately from the KUKA arm cycle will help improve capacity. So while a KUKA arm is cycling, as it's called in theme park operational terms, you can load the gas onto other pods, helping decrease wait times. The attraction will feature 12 different KUKA arms, but 36 pods. Moving over to the e-ticket attraction located next door, we have Avengers Infinity Defense, a battle across the multiverse. This ride will most likely use the same ride system as seen in Peter Pan at Tokyo Disney Sea, a multimedia experience. The main villain will be King Thanos. He has this cool beard. In my opinion, Marvel at the Disney theme parks has a bit of a problem, and that's the lack of synchronization or synergy with the actual MCU. Creating a cinematic universe is already very difficult, and theme parks take time to design and build, usually around 3 to 5 years. So there's a bit of a delay between what's happening in the films and what's reflected in the theme parks. The whole multiverse concept was something Marvel and other studios jumped into very fast and quickly gave up on. In terms of storytelling, a multiverse allows any character to show up at any time, which sounds great on paper, but it also lowers the stakes. Death doesn't hit as hard when you can just bring in another version of the same character. And the more fantastical it gets, the more it starts to lose the emotional grounding. Things stop feeling real or urgent because nothing feels permanent. When a villain says they are going to destroy the multiverse, a lot of audiences are like, okay, but what even is the multiverse? It loses that human connection, and that makes it harder to care. Now, construction on this experience is already underway. With the steel structure in place, this is the thing about prefabrication. It makes the actual building process much quicker. Moving to the other side of the park, we have a brand new Coco attraction coming really soon. The attraction will be filled with beloved characters and music from the film. as guests join Miguel on a trip to the land of the dead. The upcoming attraction will be built near the Paradise Garden Park and Pixar Pier, in an area currently occupied by Backstage. Construction on this attraction is set to begin in fall 2025. The entrance of the attraction, as you can see here on the concept art, is very much inspired by colonial Spanish architecture with touch of Baroque. But that's not all. Disneyland will also welcome a new parking structure, and while it may sound boring, it's going to change the resort forever. Seriously, this new parking structure and transportation hub will be built on the east side of the Disneyland resort, as opposed to the current ones that are located on the west side, near the hotels. It will also feature a pedestrian bridge over Harbor Boulevard, leading to an all-new Esplanade arrival. This pedestrian bridge will also provide public access to and from Harbor. The multi-year construction on this new arrival experience is set to begin in fall of 2026. This was part of the Disneyland 4 project, which was approved by the Anaheim City Council, rezoning many parts of the resort. The new parking structure will allow for the removal of these bus loops and consequently the expansion of Disney's California Adventure footprint. And with that, we'll see a massive new land. The old Hollywood backlot section of DCA will be transformed into an Avatar destination, and for that, Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue will close in early 2026. Inspired by The Way of Water and other upcoming films, this new land will be like nothing currently available in the parks. And from early concept art, we can spot a few things, though keep in mind concept art is specifically vague. It's meant to give you the idea of a concept, it's not an architectural plan or section cut. We can spot what looks to be a boat ride system, perfect to immerse guests into The Way of the Water. We also have this massive focal point, which is going to be a ring-shaped rock formation with a waterfall. In the concept art, you can also see lots of rock work, tall rock work at that, to protect the sightlines from Harbor Boulevard. From the little I know about Avatar, there are no Marriott hotels in Pandora. So this looks like it's going to be a home run for Disneyland, transforming its second gate into a must-visit destination. Next up, we're traveling to the Sunshine State to visit the vacation kingdom of the world and uncover massive projects coming really soon. Magic Kingdom will premiere a brand new Walt Disney animatronic, Inside the Carousel of Progress, ahead of the show we're all familiar with. This new Walt animatronic is a tribute to the legacy of the man himself and how he contributed to this show. Next year we'll see the premiere of two new smaller experiences redeveloping existing areas of Disney's Hollywood studios. First up, the old animation courtyard is coming back. Yes, the magic of Disney animation has somehow returned. But my nostalgic mind could not be happier. Inspired by Walt Disney Animation Studios and the short film Once Upon a Studio, the new Miniland will reimagine the studio environment with a twist. When the animators leave, the characters come to life. The space will feature Mickey's sorcerer hat and include different studios departments brought to life by Disney characters. In all of my years, I never imagined that the sorcerer's hat would return. In the production gallery, portraits will animate similar to how they do in the short film. The screening theater will show a new animated short. Guests will also be able to learn how to draw characters and meet them in person. For younger visitors, an indoor play area called Drawn to Wonderland will be introduced, inspired by Mary Blair's concept art for Alice in Wonderland. It will feature a musical flower garden, a Mad Tea Party themed playset, and an exploration area. Outside, Animation Courtyard will be reimagined as the Walt Disney Studios, with the iconic color palette and entrance sign. The current Star Wars Lunch Bay building will be transformed to look like the Roy E. Disney Animation Building from Burbank, that was designed by architect Robert Stern. Unfortunately, the iconic studio's art that originally marked the entrance to the studio's tour will be demolished. The palm trees will be removed as well in favor of a central square-like environment where you can sit down in the grass, very much like the reimagining of Toontown at Disneyland. To prepare for construction, Animation Courtyard, Star Wars Lunch Bay and Disney Junior Play and Dance will close on September 25th this year. However, The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, and Walt Disney Presents will remain open. Moving over to rock and roller coasters, the Muppets are taking over. Goodbye Aerosmith, hello Dr. Tiff. The coaster's courtyard is getting a makeover, including a psychedelic rap on the guitar and a golden key on the piano motif, an obvious nod to Dr. Tiff's signature, well, Golden Tooth. Inside the recording studio, Scooter and his team of Penguins engineers are scrambling to wrap up the band session and get them to their concert on time. As usual, chaos follows. With the help of Muppet Labs and a supercharged limousine, gas will race across the town to the sounds of Electric Mayhem's greatest hits. No guarantees, everyone makes it on stage in one piece. With Rock 'n' Roller Coaster starring the Muppets opening in 2026, Disney Hollywood Studios will again have a Muppet experience, after the closure of the beloved Muppet Vision 3D. Speaking of that, Monsters Inc. is set to replace Grand Avenue, home of the Muppets. Disney's Hollywood Studios will be home to a brand new Monstropolis area, retheming existing elements from Muppets Courtyard. Most of the infrastructure present will remain, yet receive a monstrous theme. For instance, it looks as if facilities of both Mama Melrose's and Pizzariso will remain, yet be transformed into something monsters-themed, like Mama Melrose's becoming Harryhausen's. One of the biggest changes, however, will be the demolition of the Stage 1 company store, which has been closed since 2020. The demolition of this store might seem like a small feat, but it will change the space forever. For instance, what was once a small alley will now be transformed into a large park area. Facades that were designed to be part of this alley will look smaller from afar. The force perspective will work differently, without a large building blocking your vista. However, by removing Stage 1, this ensures easy gas flow for guests wanting to visit the new roller coaster. But perhaps one of the most controversial decisions of this transformation has got to be the closing of Muppet Vision 3D. Replaced not by a roller coaster, as many believe, but rather a new, unannounced show themed to Monsters Inc. While Muppet Vision 3D is no e-ticket attraction, it's both a funny and historically significant attraction. Muppet Vision 3D was the last work of Muppet's creator and visionary Jim Henson. For many, experiencing Muppet Vision 3D is a unique way to connect with Henson's legacy and celebrate his innovative spirit one last time. Muppet Vision 3D is widely regarded as a classic and hilarious attraction. It perfectly captures the zany meta humor and chaotic energy that the Muppets are known for, featuring clever jokes, visual gags, and fourth-wall breaks that appeal to audiences of all ages. I mean, it's a glorious 3-hour finale.
Are you about ready?
Yes, it's a glorious 3-hour finale.
You got a minute and a half!
The highlight and focal point of Monstropolis will be a brand new suspended roller coaster, occupying a plot of land that is currently a parking lot. The coaster will be housed in this massive factory-like facade, disguising the actual gravity building behind. The ride will take guests directly to that iconic scene at the Door Factory. The coaster looks to be a Vekoma suspended roller coaster that will feature a vertical lift. This ensures immersion when it comes to recreating a scene from the movie, but also helps with capacity. Meanwhile, at Animal Kingdom, get ready as Dino Land is set to be reimagined into Tropical Americas. A brand new land combining Indiana Jones and Encanto in an immersive environment that goes all the way from Central America to the north of South America. The Indiana Jones attraction will be replacing Dinosaur, set to close in 2026. The new attraction will be inspired by the Maya. We can see that in this piece of concept art. We see a large pyramid facade. Now, contrary to popular belief, the Maya civilization used a variety of colors. We see a lot of red here, but also a few accents. The Mayans assigned specific colors to the basic compass directions. North was white, south was yellow, east red, and west black. They also used green and blue to represent Earth and the sky. At the crowning of the pyramid, we see three important elements representing the upper world, the middle world, Earth and where humans live, and there is the underworld. So, as you can see, Imagineering has put a lot of thought into creating an authentic representation of Maya culture, providing an immersive experience for guests and an opportunity for visitors to discover more about Maya culture. The ride itself will have a different storyline than Disneyland's and Tokyo Disney Sea's version of Indiana Jones, so Dinosaur is expected to close in early 2026 for this new Indiana Jones ride. It might just be the last chance for Dr. Seeker to find that dino before security does. Beyond that, this new Tropical Americas area will require the retheming of some facilities, as the Dino Institute becomes Pueblo Esperanza. For instance, Restaurantosaurus will be transformed with an internal courtyard, typical of Spanish colonial architecture. Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures has already closed. In the middle of this area will be a large fountain creating some nice atmosphere. There will also be a large bell tower, very typical of Spanish colonial architecture, specifically in churches. Next to that will be a large carousel with an elaborate backstory of a wood carver who crafted some of his favorite animals from Disney stories for guests to ride on. The highlight of Tropical Americas will be a massive Encanto ride. Here Disney will utilize a trick they learned from the Haunted Mansion and Mystic Manor, where there will be a large house facade outside that will not serve as the entrance. Guests will enter the attraction from the side, as you can see in the model and in the concept art. The Casita is going to be the home of an all-new ride featuring the Madrigal family. The backstory of the ride will be about Antonio, the kid that can speak to animals. We are going to explore his magical rainforest room. I personally cannot wait for all the capybara merchandise. This new Tropical Americas land is expected to open in 2027. Then, moving to the Magic Kingdom, we have some updates on a brand new Cars ride, replacing the Rivers of America. Themed to a rally race around the wilderness, this attraction complex will not be a recreation of Radiator Springs, but rather a new story. Given the smaller plot of land, this tracked ride will focus more on the terrain rather than just speed like at Disney's California Adventure. You can see this 3D printed model of the ride riding along the track. The ride layout will be encircled by gas paths, with the focal point being Piston Peak from the Planes Fire and Rescue movie. Piston Peak will serve as a visual magnet, drawing guests' eyes and creating a sense of place and orientation within the area. Beyond that, there will also be a mini Cars flat ride, themed with wilderness aesthetics, featuring some lodges and car-shaped mountains throughout. These themed elements work together to transport guests into the world of Cars, contrasting with Frontierland's carless design. While a new ride at Magic Kingdom is always exciting, I feel as if this is the wrong decision. If you go back all the way to Riverside Park before Disneyland, you'll see Walt envisioned a lake with a Mississippi riverboat. The Rivers of America make the Magic Kingdom a destination park. Removing it will forever change the meaning of the park. Located north of this new Cars expansion will be a brand new Villains Land. This will be an absolutely massive land, and it's envisioned to immerse guests in the shadowy world of classic Disney villains. Early concepts suggest two major attractions, potentially a roller coaster and some indoor ride, alongside themed dining and shopping experiences. In the distance, we can see a dark, scary castle, possibly from one of the villains. We also see a scary village and tall mountains in the back, possibly to hide a show building of some sort. The design itself emphasizes this atmosphere, with the peaks that are jagged and angled towards guests, creating a sense of danger and shielding the land from the outside world. Throughout the land, rock work and dead vines are planned as dividers, subtly guiding guests while constantly reinforcing the dark and twisted theme. All contributing to a cohesive and immersive land, the Villains area emphasizes how theme park design can leverage beloved characters and contrasting atmospheres to create diverse and engaging experiences within a single park. Villains Land promises to be an absolutely massive and transformative addition to the Magic Kingdom, envisioned to fully immerse guests in the shadowy domain of Disney's classic villains. The land's early concept suggests a scale and detail rarely seen in a Disney park. From the imposing dark castle in the horizon to the menacing village, every visual element is carefully crafted to evoke a sinister yet captivating environment. And at Animal Kingdom, a new Zootopia show will premiere this year. Zootopia Better Together opens November 7th, 2025. An all-new 4D show that invites guests to celebrate Zoogather Day, a holiday commemorating the unity of Zootopia's diverse biomes. Moving to Disneyland Paris, the resort is embarking on a massive expansion. First up, a massive Frozen Land will open in spring 2026. The world of Frozen will anchor Disney Adventure World, completing the reimagining of Disneyland Paris' second gate. Disney Adventure World will also see a brand new promenade in 2026, named Adventure Way, with a tangled flat ride named Rapunzel's Tangled Spin, and an English Gardens. There will also be an up flat ride that will open later on in 2027. All leading to the massive water feature, Adventure Bay. Taking advantage of that will be the Regal View restaurant, with the focal point of it all being Arendelle, of course. World of Frozen will include a massive new attraction. Well, new if you haven't been to Hong Kong Disneyland or Epcot. Frozen Ever After, and some theme shops and experiences at the Scandinavian-inspired village. All of this will premiere in the spring of next year. Next to that will be a new and exclusive Lion King land that will premiere later on. This new land marks a turning point for Disneyland Paris. Until now, The Lion King has only been featured in shows and seasonal overlays, but now it's getting a full-blown theme land with a massive 73-meter-tall Pride Rock centerpiece, immersive Africa-inspired landscapes, and the center of it all being a water-based dark ride, featuring 3 drops, state-of-the-art animatronics, and things that will blow your mind away. The attraction is rumored to be similar in scale to Pirates of the Caribbean and includes elaborate show scenes like Hakuna Matata. With its bold design, ride system, and unprecedented focus on the Lion King, this land could become a crown jewel in Disneyland Paris' transformation. Let's travel across the globe to Hong Kong Disneyland, a resort that's gaining more attention from international visitors with the premiere of a new castle, incredible dark rides like Mystic Manor, but it has a quite robust lineup for the coming years. First up, in between Toy Story Land and World of Frozen, we'll see a brand new immersive theatrical adventure coming soon. Beyond that, we'll see a massive expansion in Tomorrowland with a brand new Avengers attraction. The new area in Tomorrowland will bring to life the brilliant minds of the Avengers and their friends, including an all-new attraction, entertainment, shopping and dining. The ticket here is replacing Autopia that closed a long time ago, and in its place, it looks like we'll have a drop tower style attraction like the Tower of Terror at Disneyland Paris. When this attraction was first announced, the concept art seemed to reveal a Spider-Man experience, which works well with the dropping sensation, as if Spider-Man is pulling you with the webs. But it seems like other superheroes have joined the fight. We can see Thor, Doctor Strange, and even Black Panther. So it's always a work in progress and story elements change over time. But let's focus on the architectural side of things. We see this massive tower and I'm frankly a bit disappointed with the design here. Hong Kong Disneyland is about picturesque sightlines. You can see Space Mountain, Mystic Manor, Grizzly Peak, and now even the North Mountain. But this tower, it looks like a server tower you'd find in a random city. The only thing recognizable is the massive Avengers logo. Now, I don't blame the Imagineers here, the Avengers branding is all about that, and it can be somewhat restrictive, and it also has to fit with Tomorrowland. But still, I hope the design here is not final, and we see some improvements, maybe something more futuristic or a tad more wacky. Moving over to Shanghai Disneyland, we're getting another Spider-Man themed attraction. This time, a roller coaster located right next to the brand new Zootopia Land. This Vekoma manufactured coaster will carry the Web branding as seen on Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure, but the ride experience in itself will be completely different. It's designed to be a family-friendly yet thrilling roller coaster, offering something new for Marvel fans in the park. Construction has already begun on this new Spider-Man theme land, which will become the 9th theme land at the park, and the park's 3rd major expansion since opening. In addition to the roller coaster, the area will also include dining, shopping, and entertainment experiences, likely referring to meet and greets. But that's not all. Construction is also underway on Shanghai Disneyland's 3rd themed hotel, marking a major step in the resort's continued expansion as a multi-day destination. The new deluxe hotel will feature 400 rooms and will be located along the shores of Wishing Star Lake. The hotel will offer views of Shanghai Disneyland. The architecture here is clearly influenced by Art Nouveau, with elements inspired by early 20th century Shanghai, blending Disney storytelling with local cultural designs. Now let's move to Tokyo Disney Resort, as we could see massive expansions coming soon, a brand new Space Mountain, and other really exciting projects. First off, Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters has closed, to make way for a brand new attraction, opening next year, based on the hit film Wreck-It Ralph. We'll soon travel to the fictional arcade game Sugar Rush and battle against Sugar Bugs, glitches created by King Candy. Guests will team up with the beloved film characters Ralph and Vanellope to transform the Sugar Bugs back into their original non-glitched form. Additionally, with the opening of Sugar Rush, Tokyo Disney Resort has announced that the adjacent shop, Planet M, will also be renovated and rethemed to fit into the colorful world of Wreck-It Ralph. The ride is scheduled to open during fiscal year 2026 or later. This is part of a larger Tomorrowland renovation that will see a brand new Space Mountain. That's right! Tokyo Disneyland's iconic Space Mountain is undergoing a complete transformation, marking a bold new chapter for Tomorrowland. The original attraction that thrilled guests since the park's opening in 1983 closed on July 2024 and has since been fully demolished. In its place, a brand new Space Mountain is rising, slated to debut in 2027. This ambitious project is part of a broader Tomorrowland overhaul. The new Space Mountain will retain its identity as an indoor roller coaster but will feature enhanced performance and immersive special effects, offering guests an even more thrilling journey through space. Accompanying this attraction is a reimagined Tomorrowland Plaza, designed to express the connection between Earth and the universe. This space aims to represent a future where humans live in harmony with nature. Construction is well underway, with the new structure taking shape behind the former attraction site. But bigger changes could be on their way. Classic attractions could close forever. These are not just rumors. They are a key part of the Oriental Land Company's official 2035 long-term management strategy. The company has released blue sky concept art showing a massive resort-wide transformation that's more than a decade away. So let's take a closer look at what the future could hold for these world-class theme parks. The biggest changes are coming to Adventureland at Tokyo Disneyland. This isn't just about adding a new attraction, it's completely reimagining an entire land. Based on the concept art OLC has shown, it looks like several classic attractions would be removed, including the Jungle Cruise, the Railroad, and even the Enchanted Tiki Room. What could replace them? The new Adventureland could be split into sections themed to recent Disney and Pixar hits. We're talking about brand new rides based on Up and a high-energy thrill ride themed to The Incredibles. This would transform a classic land into a modern IP-focused experience. Keep in mind, the concept art is specifically vague and not final, but the fact they've publicly showed their intentions to replace these attractions is already significant. Now let's jump over to Tokyo Disney Sea. This park is already considered to be one of the best in the whole world, specifically with the brand new Fantasy Springs expansion. But OLC's plans don't stop there. They are eyeing a major overhaul of Port Discovery, the futuristic themed land which currently has attractions like Aquatopia and Sea Rider. Concept art suggests that the fan favorite trackless water ride Aquatopia could be replaced with a large new show building. The goal behind all of this is to keep the parks fresh and exciting for years to come. By 2035, the company aims to not just add new experiences but to completely revamp whole sections of the parks, attracting new guests and enticing long-time fans to return for something they've never seen before. It's this kind of innovation that I love seeing from Tokyo Disney Resort, but I hope they do find a way to reinvent classic attractions like the Jungle Cruise or the Railroad. But our adventure is not over, my friends, because Disney will be opening a brand new resort in Abu Dhabi. Disney is heading to the Middle East for the first time ever, with a brand new theme park coming to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi. This marks Disney's 7th global resort, so why the United Arab Emirates? Well, the UAE has spent the last decade diversifying its economy and investing heavily in tourism and entertainment. Yas Island is already home to Ferrari World, Warner Bros. World, and the newly opened SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, all run by local developer Miral, which will also own and operate this new Disney park. Disney won't be building or running the park. Instead, they are licensing their IP, creative direction and design, just like they do with Tokyo Disney Resort. Miral handles the development, operations and funding, while Disney brings the storytelling. It's a low-risk, high-reward setup for Disney, and a strategy win for both sides. This park will blend Disney storytelling with Emirati culture, including a modern castle design, indoor lands to manage the climate, It's still early in development, but Imagineers are leading the creative design, with a focus on creating a unique experience not offered elsewhere. It will likely be an incredible resort, with Imagineering designing it. But this all makes sense when you look at the geopolitical scene. Dubai and Abu Dhabi are part of the same nation, but they are not identical. There has always been a bit of a quiet rivalry between them. Dubai has had incredible growth over the last decades, but Abu Dhabi was always the capital and cultural center of the country. So while Dubai is becoming increasingly wealthy and receiving a lot of prestige, Abu Dhabi is pitching towards culture. It already boasts museums like the Louvre, Abu Dhabi, and soon the Guggenheim, designed by Frank Gehry. Disney is adding to this entertainment focus, making the United Arab Emirates a more attractive option for international tourists, putting Abu Dhabi on the map. So the Disney parks are going to see massive growth in the coming decades, and I personally cannot wait to see what's next. But if you want to see what Universal has been up to, well, check out this video on the screen right now. See you there!